Hello there, Libra. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of May the 6th through the 12th. I have already cleared your cards for this spread, and right now I'm just putting a final shuffle on them. What you need to know is that this is a general forecast, so not everything I see here is going to apply to every single Libra. If you feel like it doesn't resonate, you may also want to check your rising and your moon sign and see if those happen to fit better this week. Also, if you would like me to take a more specific look at your particular energies, all you have to do is reach out to me and we can schedule that pretty quickly. You can find all my contact information at my website, which is www.amista.info. I-N-F-O. And for those of you who are thinking it, because I hear some of you thinking it, I do not mean amista.com or amista.info.com. It is strict. Alrighty. So let's put down some cards, Libra, and see what the themes are going to be for the different parts of your life for the week. La da dee da 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 da. Libra, Libra, Libra. Okay. The first thing that we're looking at for this week is your environment. An environment is any place where you have energy or effort invested. Usually it shows up as home, but it can be somewhere else too. Please keep an open mind about where this might be for you. And what I have coming up about your environment is that you are definitely doing something in a new or a different environment than usual. So there could be something going on at your home where you're relocating. Maybe you're going on vacation. Maybe you're going to see a friend. This could be at work. Maybe you normally work from home and you're going into the office or vice versa, or you're traveling for work. But there's something about your environment where, at least at some point during the week, probably for most of the week, the majority of the week, you're in a different location. Next thing I'm looking at talks to me about your subconscious leanings, Libra. And what I'm seeing here is that you're finding yourself in a situation where things are not balanced and fair, and where you are putting in the lion's share of the effort or the resources. And your subconscious is working on, how can I get this into an even more of a two-way street situation? So that's what's going on in your subconscious. Next thing we have coming up for you guys, Libra, talks to me about learning style and also communication style, main themes of which for the week. So, learning style. I really feel like you're finding a lot of new information this week, and you are finding this new information inspiring. You're realizing that there are very practical things that you can do with this new information to manifest some of the things that you want into your life. So learning style is all about picking up new information that's inspiring and starting to take action on it even this week. How you're picking it up could be a lot of different ways. Could be from talking from friends. I feel like it's may start with talking to a casual acquaintance or somebody that you meet out and picking up an idea, and then following up on that, doing your own research, looking through magazines or online journals or what have you, finding out more information and really looking at, how can I turn this into something that is really fruitful and productive in my life? Like, what a great idea or avenue to explore. Okay, so that's learning style for the week. And then as far as communication style, I really feel like as you're communicating, at least with somebody, as you're communicating this week, you're feeling like no matter how hard you try to express yourself, it's like the other person that you're talking to, or maybe the other persons that you're talking to, are in such a different mindset that they just can't even hear what you're saying or comprehend more what you're saying. Like, they might be able to hear literally your words, but they're not able to comprehend the ideas that you're trying to convey to them. Next thing that I'm looking at talks to me about work. Work. So work for me is two things. Work talks to me about that way that we make a living, but it also talks to me about those things that we do to improve our own inner character. So as far as making a living, it looks to me like You may be moving away from a job, or you may be moving away from certain parts of your job that have had a negative impact on your performance. So it may be that there's a friend at the office that is always distracting you or asking you to do their work or whatever. And you may be limiting any time spent with that person. You may be telling them, look, you need to do your thing because I've got to do my thing. But there's something negative that you're moving away. On the bigger scale, this could be that maybe you have a job that's actually dragging you down. You know, you could have more than one job and you have one that's just taking so much of your energy, but the pay is not really commensurate with how much energy it's taking. So you could be leaving that job behind just so that you can have some time to breathe again as well, so that you can start to revitalize and rejuvenate for yourself. So something's going on where you're letting go of something that was negative, that was holding you down or holding you back at work. And then as far as inner work, I think to me it looks like your inner work really is about um, allowing yourself to recognize when something is holding you back and negative, and allowing yourself that permission to let go of it, even if it is paying you a little bit of money, to let go of that negative thing and allow yourself to be willing to receive money from some other source that may be something that's happier and healthier for you. So that's the inner work, is allowing yourself to do that without feeling guilt, to let go of whatever that negative thing is without feeling guilt about letting go of it. All right. Now, the next thing that we have coming up talks to me about that part of you that's being grown or expanded during this week. For some of you, you may be graduating from college courses or some other type of classes. For others of you, you may be moving from one job to the next job. That might be what work was all about. There's a lot of things that could be going on, but basically you're expanding in that you're finishing things up that you had started and that you've got a lot of energy and effort put into, and you're wrapping those up and bringing them to a complete end. It's a good thing, by the way. All right, the next thing that we have coming up talks to me about those things that you stand for. Right now, Libras, it looks like you're really confused. You're having a hard time tapping into your own gut instinct or intuition about some kind of situation in your life. And I think somebody is probably saying to you something like, well, you're always intuitive. Why don't you just find the answers that way? And you're having to explain to them, well, it's not always that easy. Okay. Now, next thing that comes up talks to me about how other people perceive you. Other people are seeing you as somebody who is not taking such good care of yourself right now. Maybe whatever this is that has you feeling confused and like you can't be objective has you also kind of feeling very lethargic and lackadaisical and like, oh, I don't feel like going out for a run today, or I don't feel like cooking good, healthy food today, or I don't feel like doing this or doing that. So people see you as not necessarily taking the best care of yourself right now, that you normally take better care of yourself, and that is kind of sliding. So that's the outside perception. That is my grain of salt card, not a, just because people think that about us doesn't necessarily mean that that's really what's going on. They may not have the big picture, but it's just how other people perceive you during this week. Now, the next thing we're looking at is the lesson or the experience. This is kind of the pivotal energy that sort of turns what's been going on into another direction, usually. And so the lesson or experience that we have coming up for you, Libra, is that you're dealing with somebody, probably a male or a very assertive female, who is moody and grumpy and manipulative and may not even be telling you the truth. Maybe they are telling you the truth, but they're sort of uh, using tone of voice or putting a sort of spin on it to try to get you to do the things that they want you to do, without really consideration for how this affects you. Okay. And sometimes this can be, just a little bit of the energy. And sometimes you can be dealing with somebody that is full blown, very obviously moody, cranky, hard to be around, hard to please, always coming up with new hoops for you to jump through. So it can be anywhere in between those two on that range. But anyway, your experience is dealing with somebody, and this is the pivotal experience in the week. We're probably talking about Thursday-ish, maybe late Wednesday, early Friday. And so after having this experience with this person, there are some things that are changing for you. Okay. So one of the things that's changing is you're starting to feel a little bit bound. You're starting to feel a little bit imprisoned because you're trying to make this person happy, 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 because you want them to be happy with you. You want them to be around. You don't want them to um, just decide that they're angry and wander off. And at the same time, hey, Libra chick, welcome, welcome. So at the same time that you're feeling imprisoned, you're also feeling really confused because even as you're trying to jump through this person's hoops, you're also realizing this really isn't making a lot of sense. In general, it's just not making a lot of sense. And for me, it's really not making a lot of sense in particular. And so you're really confused because you have these actions where you're trying to please this person, but you also have these thoughts of what the heck am I doing? This is crazy to be going through this. Okay. And so towards the end of the week, what we see happening is we see you walking away from this situation. You're walking away from trying to jump through hoops from this person. Now, for some of you, you'll be walking away from this person, whether it's a friendship or this is a lover or whatever. So for some of you, you'll be walking away from this person because you're feeling like they've just got me totally dragged down. I'm not feeling like I have any energy left after I do stuff for them. There's no replenishment here. It's not a two-way street. For others of you, you're just going to be walking away from the bad behavior. You're going to be like, you know what? Call me when you feel better. I'm going to go do my thing right now. Okay. So one way or the other, you're walking away from not feeling replenished in search of finding those things that do replenish you, that are two-way streets that you can move forward with. For some of you, this will be this will get this person's attention, and for others of you, this will be, this person won't want to put in the energy or effort, and so you'll end up just being more open for somebody who's actually going to treat you better. Either way, either way, you're walking away from a bad situation and open towards something that is better for you. Okay. So that's how we end the week, Libras. I hope that you find that helpful. I am fantastic, Libra chick. I'm glad you made it. Thank you for the thumbs up if that was you. I'm assuming that was you. And I guess that's the end of the reading. I don't see any questions from anybody, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out and get ready to move on to the next one. Thank you. I appreciate it. So thank you, everybody, for stopping by, for hanging out, for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate all the support. Those of you who would like to schedule a private reading or who need a private Reiki session, get a hold of me. We can usually schedule those pretty quickly. You can find the contact information for me on my website, which is www.amista.info, I-N-F-O. I don't really recommend emailing me. I mean, you can if that's your best option. Sometimes emails kind of get lost in the jumble. Best thing to do is text me, call me, or if you're outside the United States, if you want to Skype me, that's a good way to get a hold of me too. And like I said, we can set something up for you pretty quickly. Everybody have a fantastic week. Peace out.